didn't know from where he would come. But I knew somehow that wind was bringing Jesus. And in the stillness I waited with my head on my knees. I could only see one part of the room. And as I watched and waited, I saw taking form across the room from me a great white fleecy cloud, pure white, no gray, no dark in it, perfectly white. And as I looked at the white cloud, stepping forth out of that cloud came Jesus, dressed in glowing garments of glistening white that we've never seen in this world. Arms outstretched toward me, and I saw the ugly print of the nails in his hands and knew he was my Jesus. Slowly he walked to the side of the chair. Then he leaned down and smiled and said, "Betty, you've been patient, kind, and loving. And henceforth I'm going to promise you health, joy, and happiness." And those words repaid me for all I'd ever suffered. And as he spoke those words, I saw him reach out his hand. My body became tense, waiting for the touch of Jesus. But all at once, inside of me felt a very hot feeling. Two hot hands, as hot as fire, pressed on the lower part of my stomach. I literally felt organs shift as moved as they went into their proper place. I knew when they x-rayed me, everything would be perfect. I knew from that moment on I could eat anything and nothing would ever hurt me anymore. Two hot hands, as hot as fire, took my large heart and squeezed it. When he let it go for the first time in my life, I could take a deep breath without gasping, without pain. And I knew that my heart trouble was gone, because he's a heart specialist. He's a cancer specialist. He's an arthritis specialist. There's nothing impossible with the God we're serving tonight. I knew on the inside he healed me completely. On the outside, my family could see no change. I was an ugly, twisted, deformed, crippled. I looked at Jesus quickly to see if he'd leave me half healed. But when he begins something, he will finish it. He smiled and reached out his hand on one of the large knots in the center of my spine. I felt a hand placed there I'd never felt before, a hand charged with the divine healing virtue of Jesus. A tingling sensation started my feet and went through my entire body. I heard the bones crack and pop as the vertebrae went into place in the presence of my family and those who were there. They saw the knots fade and disappear and leave my spine. My head snapped back into its right position. My paralyzed arms raised high, and in 10 seconds I jumped from the chair and stood as straight as I'm standing tonight. I've been healed by the mighty power of Jesus Christ. He had healed me completely and made me whole. You say, "Betty, you mean instantly he healed you?" I mean that. And when he instantly heals, that's called a miracle. That's not the only way he heals. There is a gradual healing. I pray for folks, and then sometimes 3, 4, 6 months later, a letter comes to the office telling me that from the time they were prayed for, they felt the power of God and went, and day by day and week after week, they got better and better till at last they were perfectly whole. That's a gradual healing. He heals both a gradual healing and an instant healing. But he instantly made me whole. My baby brother jumped up and down, clapping his hands, saying, "Look at her. She's bigger than me. She's bigger than me." My sisters took hold of hands, hugged each other, and danced around the floor. I looked everywhere in the room because I was searching for my daddy, who just could not believe that Jesus heals today. I saw him by the living room door, his head in his hands. He was sobbing and crying. I walked over to him, pulled his hands down, and looked at him. Made him look at me, and I said, "Daddy, do you believe now God can heal you?" I believe anything after I seen this. It made a real believer out of my daddy. The greatest part of the whole story is this: it is no secret what God can do.
That's right.
What he's done for me, he'll do for you. He's no respecter of persons. He does not love Betty Baxter more than he loves you. He loves you, and as soon as you come to him in simple, childlike faith, you don't have to have a great big faith. People are trying to have great faith. Let me tell you something. You can get healed with a little faith in a great big God.
Yes, sir.
Have faith in a great big God. All of our efforts could not do it. But if we have simple, childlike faith to believe God, God's ready to meet your need. As I stood there completely healed, you asked me how I felt. I could keep you another hour and try to tell you. At the end of the second hour, you'd still never know unless you'd been a hopeless crippled. It was something to look back at the chair and know it wouldn't ever hold me anymore. I could sit down if I wanted to, but I could get up and walk. But my entire body was strangely numb, and I felt that my body wondering why I feel numb all over. Then it came to me, this numb feeling must be what it feels like to have no pain in your body. And ever since He healed me, I've been enjoying that numb feeling. I praise God. When He healed me, He took the pain from my body. If you forget all the rest of the story tonight, always remember this part. It's the greatest. Don't ever forget it. As I stood there straight, healed by God's power, I looked back at the empty chair, and standing beside the chair still stood Jesus. His arms were outstretched toward me. He looked from the soles of my feet to the top of my head, and when I saw Jesus looking at me, I stood as straight as I could so He could see how good He made me. I believe He stayed to enjoy His handiwork, don't you? As He stood there, He looked deep into my eyes, and looking in my eyes, Jesus smiled and spoke these last words. Betty, I've given you the desire of your heart. I've healed you completely and made you whole. And I nodded my head because I knew He had. Still looking at me, He said, but I've got to leave you here for a little while. I'm going back to the Father and finish that mansion that's almost ready for you. I want you to go out and tell the world what I've done for you. Because when men and women hear this story, they'll be saved. And when they hear this story, they'll be healed and brought to God. And then smiling just before He backed in the cloud and went away, He smiled and said, and be thou faithful, and every day watch for a cloud. And the next time you see me coming in a cloud, I'm not going to leave you here, but I'm going to take you to be with me forevermore. He's coming back again. He said He was. Jesus Christ is coming back to earth again.